Okay, I got the rental returned from last night. And I have my bedroom back. Yay. That's sweet. Things gotta happen now. I gotta go have a weeding job for 4 hours and then putting the gutter in the ground. I really need to clean up my... Okay, finished this weeding job. I decided what the next business is. I am gonna go into handyman. At least that's the current plan. A few good reasons why I kind of decided that's gonna make sense is, number one is like, so far out of all the jobs that I've done, I like doing handyman work the most. Weeding, I've never ever liked weeding or thought it would be a good long-term play. Same with landscaping. I've never thought that, but fixing stuff, I mean, it's just up my natural alley. On top of that, I have a basic skill set of repair. And on top of that, I have the tools, a basic starting tool set as well to actually do the job. So there's a lot of things there, and then it's not seasonal either, so I can work through the winter perfectly fine. Selling handyman work, and I may pick up jobs, all sorts of different jobs like I have, but I might just be more choosy with being like, no, I'm not gonna pull weeds for an eternity. Hopefully I'll have enough work that'll be a fine option, or it'll be the more work you have available, the more choosy you can be. And then shoot, I was gonna say, oh yeah, then like the final reason, a big reason too, is it's all different enough that I don't think I'll get bored of it. That's part of the issue with like weeding, is like it's kind of like just boring. The only knowledge you can gain is like expertise of the plants. Of course you can, learn to use a shovel to dig up in hard ground, like spread mulch and stuff, but there's just not that much to learn within weeding. And plus the season's gonna end eventually. So with handyman work, there's there's really any number of skills that I can learn. With that, I like the idea, and I'm probably going to register as an LLC because this would be something I'm more committing to. That's partly what I've waited, because I kind of wanted to see how I felt about things later into the project, before choosing a business, because I know I could be successful in any business, like Airbnb cleaning, mobile mechanic, landscaping, leaf removal, yard work, snow removal, gutter cleaning, pressure washing. I could be successful in any of those. I believe that truly. And so why not pick one that I have the best, long-term, because I would see myself being a handyman more long-term, just because of I just enjoy the repairs. Opposed to landscaping, where the only position I saw myself doing that long-term is if I got a crew set up and my job was to manage people, opposed to do the actual work. I don't like how dirty it is, I think. That being said, no matter what happens, I'm not really locked into anything specific other than my own mental commitment. But right now, it in my mind, it seems to make a lot of sense to do handyman work. And I think I could sell it pretty easy too. And I still need to learn a lot to become proficient, but a starting rate of $25 an hour to do some basic repairs, like swapping light switches, swapping light fixtures, hanging anything in drywall, or really hanging anything that will need to be hung, touch-up painting, all of those things I can take care of. And what I'd like to do is build out a network of experienced handymen that I can basically consult with on a project that I don't know how to do. And I can also think about that in terms of like being able to sell more effectively. If I'm able to tell the customer like, hey, I am pretty new, but I have a network of professional handymen that I consult with whenever I run into a problem I haven't solved before. So it's like, no, I mean, I haven't swapped a kitchen faucet before, but I work with these other seasoned professionals, and basically I use them for consulting. That way I can make sure I get the job done right for you, and I can learn the most I can from each job. And then reassure the customer that it's at no additional charge. And then the customer gets the thing solved properly. They get the faucet swapped properly. And they're only paying $25 an hour to some young guy that seems to be approaching it very responsibly. And whenever he has a problem, he goes to somebody with more experience and consults with them. I don't think that's going to be a very hard service to sell when I can pitch that. And on top of that, I think it's going to make me a lot more confident in selling, because I know I actually do have a way to overcome anything I encounter, because I can work with these other seasoned professionals. So that's my current, plan. I still need to finish the work on my schedule, and a lot of things need to come together. Some things need to come together. I also want to create a customer experience rating system for myself. And just a glimpse into what that would look like is like, okay, show up on time, show up prepared. Did you follow up the day before to let the customer know you were coming? Did you follow up the day of? So like, hey, on the way over, about 15 minutes out, did I leave muddy boot marks in their house? Like that happened today. I wiped it up, but there was one mark on the carpet that I didn't have the stuff to clean it. And it's like all those little things, bringing it together to make a really good customer service package. And then I don't think I'll have trouble with selling it, because I think hopefully my customer satisfaction will be high enough that people are just like telling other people about how good I am. On top of that, I'm going to need to reduce the amount of work I'm taking on, because I would rather do fewer jobs, make less money, and have higher customer satisfaction. And the reason I would drop the number of jobs is because I would want to take time to do it right, and to do the research I need to in order to do it right and come prepared. But to do that, like right now, I can't do that because my schedule is so booked. I can't prepare for an hour before each job because my schedule is completely packed. I'm working from today, it's 10 a.m. to like 7 p.m. The only gap in my schedule is right now, and it's 1 hour. And in that time, I spent 15 minutes talking to the customer and like wrapping up the weeding job. And I'm gonna go and eat lunch and then drive to the next job. That's not enough time to do research on anything. So, because what would be ideal is to like spend like 20 or 30 minutes or even an hour before each job researching, like watch some videos on how to do it, and get an idea of how to do it properly. And that's what I would hope to achieve with the handyman job, where like before, so I call them, I figure out what they need done, or at least get a good idea, watch some videos, maybe even call some handymen that I have in my contact list, and then buy the supplies if I need to, and basically come into each job quite prepared. And that's going to look really professional, because you're going to walk in, you're going to have the right tools, you're going to, what I would do is I would walk in, go over it with the customer, and then I'd go back to my truck and get all the tools. And I think it was yesterday I was talking about the importance of brand, because I was listening to the Alex Hormozi podcast, and I think he's on point with that. And if I build a rating system and like a number of boxes that if I check, I'm providing a good service, that's going to be really helpful to me. That way I can rate, like I might not be perfect, and I'm going to be real with myself. Like, the end product was not as good as the customer would have liked. It's not as good as my standards. And then kind of reflect on that and like, where did I go wrong? Maybe I should have consulted with a handyman that had more experience. Maybe I should have, whatever actually went wrong, and reflect on it. Anyway, with all those ideas in mind, it just is going to take a lot of work and some time. But I can see it being a successful path forward. So I'm excited for it. There's also going to be some really big advantages to narrowing down. Handyman is pretty broad, but narrowing down some of my expertise, I'll probably want to niche down one step further. So like handyman, but like, what all do you do, right? Like, am I doing fences, lawns, landscaping, etc., etc., or am I doing only interior, like plumbing, electrical, and whatever, that sort of thing? So I think there will be some reflection, and I might just wait to narrow down further until I get an idea of what do I enjoy, 2, what am I good at, and 3, what's most profitable. And if I answer those 3 questions, like what's most profitable, what am I good at, what do I enjoy, and just pick that option, then we'll be, I'll be set up very well. Alright, wrapping up with work. That was working on the gutter project, like sinking this gutter line. So so you adapt from the gutter into PVC, and then you run the PVC underground. And then, I don't know what, I just completely forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, then the water comes out away from the house. It's going good. Got most of it done today. It's already 9. I wish I could have made more progress sooner, but so I don't know. I'm toasted. I gotta have, at some point I have to get some time to like get my truck in order and organize my tools and stuff. I just don't feel very efficient or professional having such a cluttered everything. Okay, I'm wrapping up for the night. It has been a long day. A fairly good day, but long. I got up at 8:30 and then left my last job at 9 p.m. So yeah, very long. But good. I been doing a little bit of troubleshooting. I've noticed like I'm more itchy than I should be. And if you've been following along in the series, I picked up this mattress, and so like I had a few options in my mind. I was like, okay, could be bed bugs, which would be kind of ironic because I was like reassuring people it is very unlikely it would be bed bugs. That'd be kind of funny, but could be bed bugs, could be poison ivy because I work in the weeds and stuff a lot. And then the third option is the top of the truck topper is fiberglass, and because I have more weight up top, I think there's probably more like fiberglass shards probably falling down, so I could just be sleeping and like rolling around in the night in fiberglass, and that would definitely cause some itchy. So I think that's most likely because I shined my flashlight on the mattress and it looked sparkly like the fiberglass in the ceiling. So, and I did some Googling on what some of the signs of bed bugs are, and I don't really have any of the signs. So it's I would guess it's the fiberglass from the topper. So I need to figure something out with that. For now, I'm hoping not that much made it into my sleeping bag, and I'll just sleep in my sleeping bag in the night. Or if it's still bad, then I'll just guess I could put a sheet on the bed at night, and I might need to buy like a new blanket and sleeping bag. But those are problems for tomorrow. So far, it has been a little bit itchy, but not, whatever. It's okay. It's kind of annoying, but not a huge deal. So, sleep well, people.